There we go. All right. Boom. All right. So welcome to the Chill Talk podcast. Now, whoever knows me, I am one chill vibe. Like I just be chilling. So do I have a planned out podcast per se? No. No, what I do know is I have a topic for today and we're just gonna have a chat about it. So, get your friends, family, dogs, house, grass, car, everybody. Get everybody, bring them in, share the podcast. Let's have a chatty chat. All right? This thing is so delayed. So in my ear, I'm hearing it like a second after. All right. Anyways, welcome to the very first episode of this podcast. Now, usually when I come onto Twitch, I'm either playing a game or we're doing reactions. Today, I'm switching up the game. And yes, if you missed this, don't worry. I will be putting it on YouTube. So if I were you guys, I would definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm Diamond Wolf, or it's probably just Diamond Wolf now that I think about it. That way, if you miss the live podcast and, Twitch just happens to get rid of it after a few days because it does that, boom, YouTube, it's there. All right. And I'm probably going to have it in its own, playlist. There you go. Words. See, already off to a great start, aren't we? All right. So today's topic for the Chill Talk podcast is getting started or just starting. So this is related to goals. So I know a lot of us, we probably have goals that we're trying to figure out how to go about with it. And we make all these plans and then we're just like, yeah, forget it. We're not doing it. Right? So this podcast is really focused on that. So we're going to be diving into various things. I wrote down a couple things to mention. Let's see if I remember to even look at the book. That's going to be the real talk. All right. So we're going to be doing a deep dive on that. Okay. That being said, if y'all hear Prince, he will go off. Prince loves, for some reason, to chime in when I'm on a computer. All right. Which means during our podcast, he's probably going to be very vocal. I'm giving y'all the full warning. Be ready for a lot of, yeah. All right. So I did ask on Instagram. Y'all should really follow that because I ask questions before coming to the podcast. All right. So I asked on Instagram. Hold on. First of all, for all those who voted for the topic, not the topic, the name of the podcast, thank you. Thank you. Because that helps so much. I couldn't decide. So thank you. I appreciate you. All right. So I asked on Instagram, just some ideas. And if you're coming live to the chat, please feel free to throw it into the chat box too. Okay. Do not be afraid to do so. Now, I asked on Instagram for, what are things that you want to do differently in 2022? Things that maybe you want to do this year but didn't. Things that you probably thought about doing, had a start, but for some reason just didn't follow through or whatever the case may be. Right? So I had some questions up on Instagram and then I did get answers. And if y'all want to participate, again, follow me on Instagram. I'm pretty sure it's down below. I'm acting like I can't see the screen. Good Lord. So I'm Diamond Wolf. Go on Instagram, follow the page. I do follow people back. So definitely do that. because what I do is I'm going to post questions sometimes, or probably all the time before coming on the live stream. That way we have some actual answers and things to go based off of for the live podcast. All right. So I'll read to you a couple answers I saw. I probably should check in general, but whatever. So ones that I did find, that way when I hit these notes that I've made, it'll all tie together and probably answer some questions, make some of these pop. All right. Ooh. You ever put on some headphones and it just bother up your ear? Like, Jesus. Anyways. All right. So, one person said that they wanted to find love. Okay. I see where that was going. It's a very generic answer now that I think about it. A very broad and vague answer, but I get it. And then the next one was to post more videos on YouTube channel, road to monetization, and improve myself. So, off the bat, shout out to Miel_Kofi on Instagram. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. Don't kill me. And Doreen Riri. Thank you guys. Now, I have no idea how this podcast is gonna go or where it's gonna go. So I feel like I should make a disclaimer just to be on the safe side. Y'all don't come for me, all right? This is just a chill, cool conversation. So don't come for me, all right? All right. Now, to find love. Actually, let me start with the notes and we'll get back to those. All right. So, the first thing I got here is getting started. Now, the reason why I thought this was a good very first episode is I just took a whole risk to start my career, and till this day, I'm shocked I even did that. Did I regret it? No. Is it a struggle? Yeah, just a bit. Because depending on your career choice, to be honest, for most people, it's not an easy start. If people tell you the second they tried to start their career that it went 100% well, they clearly had some next level support or money to back them. Because if you don't have money, it is not easy to start your career. Especially if you don't have a certain support or access, things get harder. All right. So recently, I quit my job. And I used to be doing, wow, this is going to sound like a whole story time. Whatever. But I hope, as you guys learn about me, these podcasts will be more fun, engaging. You guys will get a better idea of what's going on, right? All right. So, recently, this year, so much happened. So I won't say that 2021 was a waste because I did exactly what I was hoping I would do. But there's another half that I didn't quite tackle. So my goal for this year was to finally get my life together. Now, that's a very vague goal. I know, it's not super specific. So let me break it down for you. My goal, finish school, focus on starting my career, which means I would have to get my certifications, graduate, and then find somewhere to hire me based on all of that. From there, start my own business and try to get that started. At least get started. did I expect to make lots of money this year? I was hoping, but I wouldn't say that I was expecting. So for many that don't probably know this, when you start your career, right, you can't guarantee high income, not off the bat. As time come, yes. Okay? All right. Now that you guys are keeping up, I hope y'all are keeping up. All right? Keep up. Okay. Finish school. So goal 1, done. Graduated. Okay? I finished and got my diploma. Yes, I went to university and then I swapped to college. Don't ask. I just got bored with what I was originally doing and I swapped, which was more towards the field that I was trying to be in. Don't ask. Ooh, this is so good. I'm so sorry, but I was trying to make overnight oats and I messed it up. Don't ask me how. Accidentally put too much cinnamon. It was too strong. Couldn't do it. And then I was like, you know what? Let me put some chia seeds. It'll soak it up. Yeah, that didn't help. I don't know why I thought that made sense, but for some reason I thought it made sense. Okay. All right, cool. Then I was like, you know what? I just had a workout. Let me just throw it in there. Made me this. Oof. Clearly, it was just supposed to be a meal replacement for me. That's it. Not an actual snack. Okay. All right. Back to the story. I'm so sorry. So, excuse me. You see what I mean, Papa Prince? Because I know y'all didn't ask him nothing. You done? You done? Can I get back to the podcast? Is you gonna have something to say? Are you gonna have a segment? Yo, this man just gave me the rudest cut eye. Oh, he's ignoring me. Okay. Anyways. So, what was I saying to y'all? See, he made me forget. Leave it to Prince. What was I saying? See, now he made me forget. Oh, there we go. So I finished goal 1. Hey, come here. Stop. Sorry, guys. Here. Ow. I just hit myself. And I caught that on camera, didn't I? Stupid. Go play that. All right. So, back to the story. Now that someone's occupied. So, finished school, right? Had to start studying to get my certification. Finally got my PT cert. Now I gotta get a job to get started because apparently that was the way to go. Cool. So I quit my office job to finally do that because this is my career. Okay, this is what I've been working towards. Let me do it up. You know what I mean? So that was my focus this year, to at least get that started so that I can really focus on my business in 2022. 2022, my life. I don't know why, but this ring light is not happening for me. Oh, let me put it up. I give up. So, I did that, right? And it's all about getting started. Okay? Which brings me to point number 1. Anxiousness, anxiety. That thing is a killer. I don't care what no one says. Anxiety is not fun. It is not the greatest thing on this planet. It's annoying. And no, bear people can relate. Having anxiety is not fun. Okay? And y'all hit me up in the chat, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you have anxiety and how that affected your life. And like, it could be with school, work, people, just trying to focus, anything. Okay? So I'm going to be a bit personal with these podcasts because I want you guys to level with me. You know what I mean? I want you guys to understand why I'm doing this podcast, why I'm talking to you guys about these things, why are we even having these real conversations? All right. So anxiety, that's point number 1 for me. Okay. And the reason being is for the simple fact of this can prevent you from getting started. Hear me out. Okay? You have this goal. I want you to follow me here. Pick this goal. Okay? Picture your goal. All right? You have your goal right here. All right? Think about it in your head. Keep it there. Now, you start doing research, you start planning, you start thinking more. You're like, this is my goal. I gotta achieve this. All right? That way, 2022, it's lit. Right? Hold it there. Now, out of nowhere, your mind just went, are you sure you want to do that? Okay. Like, really think hard about this. Is it worth it? Do you really want to take such a risk? Do you really think you're about to be successful with that? Now, I need you to take a second. Really think about it. Is this really the smartest thing you could think of to do? Now, remember, you're making a decent amount of living right now, and you're kind of struggling a little bit. Do you really want to stop that? Start this just to be even worse? Oh, what if no one backs you up? What if no one even thinks you're good enough? Do you think you're good enough? Like, really think about that, okay? I'm playing devil's advocate right now. I'm your mind, okay? This is nerves and your anxiety messing with you. Okay. Now, if I really want to put it on the spiritual sense, put it this way, all right? God has a plan for you, all right? And you can see things rolling, they're falling into place, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've been praying about this, been praying for this, things are finally falling in line. All of a sudden, all those things I just said that would have stopped you, devil's work. If I really want to put it into that sense, right? Now, this is all negativity. All these what ifs, you don't know. And I want you to really think about that. Really keep that in your mind. Your anxiety plays on what ifs. But what if? But are you sure? These are all unknowns that you don't know the answer to. Now, the thing with anxiety is, if you can't fight it, you're going to give into it. Now, when you give into it, you're going to fall into this state of fear. Let's go with that. State of fear. And I'm speaking from experience why I'm saying that. Okay? You're stopping yourself. So don't do that. I got you. Here we go. For the longest while, I've always thought about starting my own business, starting, I don't know, a bigger presence on these social media platforms. So being a personal trainer and having as a career, starting my business, and having a bigger social media presence. So being like an influencer, let's say, right? Now, I started, then stopped. Thought about it, avoided it. Consistency ain't there. And this is me being 100 with y'all. All right, I'm being 100 with all of y'all. That's literally what happened. Okay? Because what had happened was my anxiety was pretty much telling me there's no way I can do any of this. Why would you even have a social media social media presence? Ain't nobody like you. No one's gonna support you. Like, your own family won't support you. Let's be real. You really think you have friends, bro? Your friends ain't gonna support you. You even got friends. Forget that. You're on your own, B. You really think that if no one close to you is gonna support you, a bunch of strangers will? Psh, please. Oh, you're ambitious now. Now you wanna have a business too? You're a failure, bro. And this is literally what my mind was telling me. And I'm not even kidding with y'all. This is literally what my mind was saying to me, bro. It was saying like, bro, you can't do this. Like, don't even bother trying. Give it up from now. And for the longest while, that's exactly what I was thinking. Oh, if I become a trainer, will I even be a good trainer? Would people even trust me, much less hire me? Anybody gonna give me a chance? Sorry, I'm just putting these away. Like, this is literally what my brain was doing. And it was all anxiety. So just to let y'all know, the reason I know this is anxiety, because one, that's usually what decides to chime in when it's unnecessary or when it shouldn't chime in. And secondly, I just have generalized anxiety. And I knew this from when I was younger. So anything can be a trigger. It could be the smallest thing, and I'm triggered. Okay? So, don't ignore me. So, the thing is, anxiety does play a role. So, it's hard to fight it because you got to fight it in order to push yourself, motivate yourself. Heck, find motivation in general to get started. Okay? And that's the tricky part. Hold on. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm just all over the place. Oh, I'm like, why can't I hear it? Anyways, so that's a real thing. Anxiety can honestly prevent you from doing anything and you don't even realize it. Sometimes you don't pay attention, so you have no idea, right? But it's honestly straight facts. Anxiety plays a huge role in why many of us don't start what we really want to do. Really think about it, okay? Think about something that you thought about doing but never did. Think about something that you literally planned it to the T. Until this moment, you still haven't done it. Even though you have it lined up, you have it set up, all you have to do is do it. But you haven't. You can't tell me it's not anxiety stopping you. You can't tell me that. Why? Because it's just what it is. It's anxiety really plays a role. What the? Oh, that's so weird. Hold on, guys. Where did my... I had a Twitch thingy and it is gone, bro. That is so weird. Oh, that is so weird. Great, now I gotta redo that. Anyways, besides the point. But yeah, so that's something that you really gotta like pay attention to and try to not let it get to you or stop you from what you're trying to do, because it really will. It honestly will stop you. And it sucks because you could be so motivated to do something and you just don't do it. For the simple fact of being scared it just won't work out. Being scared that you won't be successful. Being scared that you're just not good enough. When you don't know that. At the end of the day, you don't know what will happen. You know, the worst that could happen is what? Literally nothing. You start and like there's no feedback, nothing actually happens. You know what I mean? Like that's honestly the worst. Like unless you go above and beyond and then fail, okay, yeah, then don't listen to me. But if you haven't started, how would you know? Really think about that. Anxiety is something that brings fear and prevents you from your full potential, really, you know? And it sucks because if you let anxiety take over, you'll never know your full potential. Like, really let that sink in. You'll never know your full potential. I'm sorry, but if no one told you guys this, here I am. I'm helping you out, man. Chill talk. But it's real talk. Did I just hit the light? Ignore me. All right. So it's a matter of finding a way to not necessarily control it. I don't want to use the word control, but finding a way to not let it overpower you or overwhelm you that it stops you. Because you'll never know your full potential unless you start. Okay? So think about me. I'm going to use me as examples. Okay? Always been scared to do anything on social media. I finally hit 1K. Not the best consistency, but because I actually started posting more and trying to put my personality out there, I finally hit a K on Instagram. And that will continue to grow as I put myself out there. But again, if I kept being scared to, wouldn't have happened. My PT. If I never actually started or tried to get a job and had them just throw me into the lion's den, throw me to the pack of wolves, really, I would have never had clients to get experience and teach myself how to be a better trainer, teach myself how to understand people, read people, apply my knowledge, but make something fun. You know what I mean? If I never put myself in the position for that to be reality, I would have never known that people would actually like me to be their trainer. But my anxiety before this year has always prevented me and stopped me. So I always prolonged it, put it off. You know what, maybe next month, maybe in a few months, maybe next year. And I kept doing that nonstop. So it's really just anxiety. At least for me, anxiety was, dude, that was like the main thing for me personally. All right. So honestly, as we have these conversations and I'm telling you guys these things, please comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. You know what I mean? Tell me, Wagwan, what stopped you from getting to your goals? Have you even started yet? How was your experience so far? because I know there's other people out there having a similar situation to me, maybe easier, harder, whatever case may be. I'm down to read, learn, hear y'all out, have a conversation. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So the next one, barriers. You know what? We'll play off of the anxiety. So the next one, hesitation. Now, for many of us, whether it's anxiousness or not, you're probably just hesitating to start. A lot of the times, I want to say 8 or 9 out of 10 times, anxiety is what causes you to hesitate, which is why you don't start. Now, for many people, they could just naturally just be hesitate to start because of those what ifs. So, kind of piggybacking off of anxiety, hesitation, realistically, is another reason why you probably haven't gotten started yet. Another reason why you don't even know your full potential yet, right? A reason that you haven't started to do what you've always thought about doing or planned on doing and just never did. A goal that you have set for yourself, but never even thought about it ever again, right? So hesitation, prevention, man. Just to keep it a buck, like hesitation, anxiety, in my opinion, go hand in hand. Maybe to others it doesn't, but in my opinion, it goes hand in hand. Okay? Because I'm anxious, I hesitated, I didn't do it. But that's just me. That's just me. I don't know. What about you, Prince? Good chat. He didn't even answer me. Barriers. Let's hop to the next thing. Barriers. Now, I want everyone to tell me one barrier, at least one barrier that they've experienced that either stopped them, prevent them, or slow down their progress towards their goal. All right, I got you. Barriers for me? Man, I don't know where to begin. I guess the main barrier would have been my certification, which would also mean the barrier to my certification would have been I don't know how to explain this, but long story short, because I learned very quickly and I adapt very quickly, I tend to get bored easily. Not saying I'm a genius, because I really am not, but you know how they say that geniuses, they're just so smart that everything bores them to death, that they just don't want to do it. Some of them just fail nonstop because everything's just so easy that they just don't bother. It's kind of like that. If I don't find something fascinating, fun, entertaining, I don't know, just something that would make me be like, whoa, I'm just not going to bother. And that's also another reason why I swapped programs in schools, because I got so bored out of my mind. I'm like, why do I like this again? And then I changed. Now, in any science-related field, things are always changing. So you already know, like, there's going to be a debate here. There's going to be evidence of something here, but evidence against it here. So you're here like, so pick a side. Like, that's just how it is, right? Now, for me, what had happened, really? Hey, Prince, unless you finna come on camera and giving your 2 cents about getting started. What the? Do you see why I can never live stream? Prince, come here. Do you see why I can't live stream? One sec. Great, now I got editing to do. And I wasn't trying to edit, man. Maybe I'll just upload it all. Anyways, yeah, go relax. Thank you. Okay, where was I? Various. Yes, got bored really easily, was over it, and I can't study to save my life because I get bored. Not because I don't think it's fascinating or I don't know. I could be so interested, but the delivery of it is not happening. And I don't know why I'm like that. So that was my barrier for the longest while. It's really just sitting down, focus, and just getting it done. And I'm not even ADHD, so I mean, I never was. So I don't know. Maybe I was dyslexic. I couldn't tell you. But for some unknown reason, I'm so sorry. This man's over here just throwing his ball to himself. Sorry, that was just funny to see. So yeah, like I just couldn't bucket on and focus on something that wasn't fascinating to me. Yeah. So that was the biggest barrier for me because I could not remember a thing to put it into practice, much less memorize. It was just bad. It was just bad. How did I overcome it? Honestly, I had to push myself because that was terrible. Okay, I had to really push myself. All right. Now, the thing with barriers is some are easy to overcome. Others are not so much. Not so much. And there could be any barriers. It could be family, friends, or a support system. It could be knowledge, access. Like, it could be anything. Like, for example, okay, I'm a great trainer and my clients love me. Okay, they would prefer me over a lot of others. Now, prior to even meeting them, I didn't think I was going to be a good trainer, and this was a barrier for me. Okay, the reason was access. Okay, I went to a job interview and a man pretty much said to me, I need to up my knowledge on these things, do some volunteer hours because I'm lacking what he needs. So I said, all right, cool. I'm out. I'm sure I'll find somewhere that will see some potential in me and allow me to use that small bit of potential and make it great, right? So I was like, all right, cool. It is what it is. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what just happened. Anyways, so see, live. You never know what's gonna happen. So, I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Decided to go do my own thing. Now, the reason why he said that was, there was some equipment in his facility I've never seen in person. Okay. I've seen it like, I don't know, on videos, but not to the extent that if I saw it in person, I knew what to do. And to be honest, in videos, I barely saw them. And I guess because things keep changing and upgrading, I never saw those for a very long time. So I didn't know these equipment were still in gyms until I went to this private gym and I was like, oh, these things really do exist, like in person. But prior to going to that gym, I've never seen them in person. And I've had 2 gym memberships to 2 different gyms. So I was at one for a while and I just had to change it to this other one because I thought the other one had more equipment. Little did I know that because of the area that I lived in, they didn't have everything. So I still did not know a whole variety of equipment that actually really existed. Which brings me to another thing. I didn't know a lot of exercise names, which apparently was huge. Okay. I knew the motion and I knew what you were supposed to do for them. But at that particular time, I didn't know the name of those exercises and where exactly they targeted for some of them. Some of them were obvious. Bicep curls, psh, duh, biceps. What else? Things with the legs. It's either your quads, hams, or both. Like, so there were different things that I knew and others that I didn't. And then I didn't really do free weights like that. So if you were to tell me to do, I don't know, an incline row, I couldn't tell you how that looked because I've never had access to certain things. Even at gyms that had the benches and the free weights, those benches were always packed. So how in the world would I know anything? You know what I mean? So unless I've seen a bunch of videos and then try to remember those and apply it, I had no idea of anything. So which is why I bring up access. I think access is a huge barrier for a lot of people. Because if you don't have access to certain facilities, you probably won't know certain things that you need to go towards your goal, right? Access to money. If you don't got money, you can't pay for certain things. You can't pay for education, which means now you don't have access to education. And for the longest while, I couldn't get my certification because I didn't have the money to buy the course to even get the certification, much less do the test. So access, in my opinion, is huge. Like if you don't have access to anything, I'm sorry, but you're kind of screwed. Access to money. Facilities that help you or can educate you towards your goal. Access to education. Access to even support. If you don't have support, not everyone can drive off of, well, haters or no support. Not everyone can do that. So for people that kind of rely on family and friends or just someone to support them, if they don't have access to that when they decide to venture off into something, yeah, they're screwed because they don't know how to channel that no support energy into support / motivation to get them where they want to be. Support themselves so they can be motivated to get to where they want to be. Not everyone can do that. It's not easy. You know, some people, like, if you're a person that, I don't know, you've been doing things on your own your entire life, heck, you don't care if you have support or not. To you, I want to do this, I'm going to do it. And the more people that don't want to support me, even better, because I'm going to make y'all look dumb. That's a real mentality. So barriers, in my opinion, is huge. And it's mostly access. In my opinion, it's just access. Oh. Always yelling at people. Can you leave people alone? Let them live. Wow. Anyways, access. I think that's the hugest barrier there is, in my opinion. And I think it's because it covers so much ground. Like, I know technically those could be their own, like, what, categories? Factors? Yeah. I know technically they're their own factors, but realistically, if you don't have access, those factors are nothing at this point. It just all goes under that one umbrella of access. That's just me. All right. Which brings me to a whole other ball game. Planning. Now, let me tell you, I'm terrible at planning. I am one person, I just can't plan. I don't know what it is. I can have a plan in my head, but to literally plan it out to the T, no. Just no. I couldn't tell you why. But for some reason, I'm just not. All right, so I'm gonna do this by this date, and then I should probably do that by that date. You know what? Yeah, let's do this by then too. I can't do that. I guess I just don't have the patience to sit and plan like that. Maybe, I don't know. I just get bored easily. I couldn't tell you. But I'm not the biggest planner. That is all my baby. I can't do it. I just don't plan. Okay? I'm more of a spontaneous person than a planner. Not saying that I wouldn't plan, because I try. And I've succeeded a handful of times. Maybe half of the time. So I'll do it if I absolutely have to. Otherwise, if it's up to me, I'm not planning. And the reason why I bring up plan is because sometimes you kind of want to have not sometimes, all the times. You want to have a game plan. I'm sorry, but you want to have a game plan. All right? As much as I hate planning, I have to have plan A, B, C. Like, you have to have a plan, then a backup plan, then a backup plan, and then a backup to those backup plans. Like, you got to have that mentality and that thought process. All right? So get into your heads from now. I'm giving you gold here. All right? There is not one path to your goal. Things have changed now. There's so many ways to get to your goal, which means, again, it comes back to you. Overcoming those barriers, finding ways to get rid of them or get around them. Okay? Find that anxiety, that hesitation. Okay? It's getting past all of those to get to your goal, because there's more than one way. It's not like, I don't know, 10 years ago, let's say, where you have to have a plan, a set plan, after all your research, because that's the only way. No, things are different now. Okay? There are people that don't even go to post-secondary and they're successful. There's people that go to post-secondary and they're successful. So what does that tell you? There's more than one route to success. So the minute you get that into your head and that you've accepted that, it makes planning easier. Now hear me out. Hear me out. Okay? Just hear me out. Okay. I'm trying to be a personal trainer. Now, I know no matter how I look at it, right? I gotta do my certification. All right, cool. But to be a successful personal trainer, so many routes. And that's how you gotta think, right? That's literally how you gotta look at it. You can't think of it as one route, period, point blank. You're messing yourself up at that point. Okay? You're putting yourself in a whole situation. Okay? So take it from me now. There is more than one route, more than one way to your end goal. Once you process that and accept it, planning is easier. True. Okay. I don't know what just happened. Anyways. Now that you've gotten that and you've accepted that, all right, let's talk. Let's talk. All right. All right. Now, think of your end goal, right? What is your number one goal right now? What are you trying to do? What you've been trying to do? Heck, write it down. If you need to write it down, write it down. Some people need to make notes of these and have that visual, okay? So note it down, write it down right now. Number one goal, all right? I'll give you a second. You good? Need more time? I think you're good. All right. Now that you have your your number one goal, okay, I want you to write or make note of the main pathway, the main route. All right. Make note of that right now. I'm gonna give you time again. Let me say it one more time. The main route to that road. So for example, all right, let's use me again. I want to be a successful personal trainer. So my main route would be to get my certification. And I'm telling you the main or the majority route that people talk about. So I'm going to get my certification, go be a trainer at a gym. That's my main route. Okay? At a big box gym or a corporate gym, as many of you may know them as. I got to get my certification and go to one of those huge main gyms that everyone goes to be a trainer. Okay? So take your goal right now and make note of the number one, whether it's the main route or where majority of people start to get to that goal. All right. So you did your research. This is the first and most talked about route. Make note of that right now. Don't worry, I'll wait. We good? All right. Now, I just want you to now close your eyes and think about it. All right. You have your goal. You have the number one way to get to that goal. All right. You did your research. Maybe you're creative and came up with some other ideas. Whatever the case may be. I want you to write at least one. So 1 to 3 other ways to that same end goal. So for example, for me, I told you guys the main way was to get my certification, go to a corporate gym. All right. Other ways? Well, I could just start my own business. So I'd be an entrepreneur, just market myself like crazy to get clients. Hope that works out. Route number 2, use social media. Just do what a lot of those online fitness people do. Post videos on things that I know, learned, whatever the case might be, and just put that out there and sell information, I guess. Okay. Utilize social media. And these are ways I'm going to get clients to be successful. So the main one was go to the gym, be a trainer there. The second way was to just start my own business. Just do it up, market myself, do it my own way. Entrepreneurship. Third way, still technically under entrepreneurship, but it's utilizing social media, which also brings to another point, online training. Okay. Hybrid. Maybe some online, some in person. Make a deal with the gym that I could be my own person, my own trainer, okay? And I'm just gonna pay them whenever I have clients to use their facility. So I'm gonna rent the facility, train my clients, and I'll give them a portion. But I'm my own business and everything. I'm not connected to you like that. Okay? I already came up with like what? 5 ways technically. So I want you to think about your goal. You already have your main route to it. So now I want you to make note of other ways you can get to that same end goal. Oh, that scared me. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, where is it? I'm so sorry. Let's see if it comes up now. There we go. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. All right. Now that you guys made that note, all right, I want you to keep that with you. Keep it on your desk, put it on your mirror, your fridge, your car dashboard. I don't care. I want you guys to keep that. And here's the reason. The reason I want you guys to keep it is because I want you to remember these are the various ways to get to your goal. So what does that mean? Simple. There's no real way for you to fail if you don't try these. It's that simple, guys. And I know I'm saying that it's simple because it was hard for me at first too. Okay? But what I'm trying to say is if one way doesn't work, now you have a backup plan. Okay? You can do it. I'm telling you from now, you can do it. Okay? Think of those people that tell you that they started from the very bottom and now they're up there. They're probably your favorite YouTuber, your favorite Instagrammer, famous TikToker, whatever. They all started from somewhere. And believe it or not, a lot of them probably started from absolutely nothing. So you can do it too. All right? So now that you have that, now you have a game plan. All right? Now all you have to do, put these in priority. And when I say in priority, which one do you want to start with? Okay? For example, me, I made my business, but what I did was I started at the gym, one of those big box gyms or corporate gyms. I started there as a trainer so I can get that hands-on experience, that knowledge, learn what people like, dislike. What do they offer at gyms that people don't find comfortable, especially now with COVID? Money is a situation. Are they putting things at a very high price that people don't like? Are they disregarding people's schedules? Because now people are going to hybrid. People are working from home. Schedules are all over the place. Okay? So I used the opportunity working as a trainer as a gym to learn as much as possible, absorb as much as possible. That way now I can transition things I've learned there into my own business, which is exactly what I'm doing. I've learned that my training style, it's not terrible at all. Why? Because I utilize my knowledge, but I also utilize my psychology that I've learned in school. See, that's the thing I never told y'all. I started off in psychology. Okay? That's where I first started in school. And then I switched it up because I got bored out of my mind. I don't know why, because I love it. Every time. Sorry about that. But yeah, I started off in psychology, got bored, swapped into healthy lifestyle, nutrition, sorry. So I utilize what I learned in psychology to understand my clients. That way I know how to, what's it called? Deliver a good program to them, deliver a fun workout. How can I explain something that won't be confusing? Because, yeah, I may know what I'm doing, but they may not necessarily know. So, how can I take this simple thing to me, translate it to them, but still make it enjoyable that they can see the exercise is great, right? So, it's kind of like that, right? It's really just like that. It's understanding these different plans, that way you know how to utilize it. Because I took those steps. I literally was gonna do my own thing, and I was like, you know what, since people say going to the gym is a good start, I'll do it, and I'll take that and transition that to my own thing. And now I'm leaving the big box gym, transitioning into kickboxing and my own business. So I'm doing those part-times. Kickboxing half of the time, the other half, it's focusing on my business and training my clients. Okay? Now, why am I telling you this? Because I want you to understand that I'm not saying these things just to say it. And granted, I know everyone's experience is different. But at the same time, I want to help you guys and give you information that I've come across, that I've learned, things that I've seen or experienced that I feel like might be helpful to you. Because at the end of the day, it comes with just getting started. You gotta be like Nike and just do it. It sounds scary, but honestly, that's what it is. Which brings me to the next point: risks. Unfortunately, with a lot of goals, you kind of got to take the risk. And it sounds terrifying. I'm not going to lie. When I quit doing admin work that I was amazing at, I knew for a fact that I could walk into any facility, put me at the front desk, tell me what to do, done. I was good at it. And I had to leave that, take a huge risk to walk away from that world to do what I really wanted to do. And for a lot of us, oh my gosh. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm so sorry, y'all. I had to put him in another room. Hopefully that helps, so I can finish this, because he's just not helping. What was I saying to y'all? Oh, sorry, I don't know why I did that. Taking a risk, scary as ever, but I can tell you, it is worth it. And the reason I say it's worth it, think about how much time, effort, planning, everything you put into planning for your goal. Okay? Just think about that for a moment. All right? Now, you took this risk and you're trying to execute that plan. Obviously, it's going to take time, but you got the ball rolling. Okay? You're making a snowman right now. You got that little tiny snowball and you're trying to make it into a really big snowball. That's what's happening here. Okay? That's literally what's happening. You are building that snowman even though it takes time. All right. So that being said, taking a risk is something that you have to do at some point. And the reason why I say it is because, for example, okay, our minds and the human mind does not like change. Okay? The body does not like change. That being said, when you change something, like a routine or something, you'd be like mind blown how off you can feel, especially if you have a set routine. Sorry. Oh my gosh. That cheese is trying to choke me. So taking that risk, yeah, it could be what they call quit cold turkey. You can do that and just do you. Some people can do that. If you feel like you can handle that, by all means, do you. Okay? I kind of did that. Yeah, I kind of did that. I can't lie. I just went, yeah. Okay, yeah, screw the admin world. Let me go straight into the fitness world. And I just did that whole drastic change. Just went just like that. Did like a whole 181 meter dash run. That's what I did. And that was only because I knew for myself, if I tried to take it easy and do those little steps, I would have never done it. So that's the only reason why I did it like that. And a lot of things for me, because of my anxiety, I have to just do it. Because the second I think to do baby steps, I'm somehow gonna let my anxiety's gonna win. So I had to just do it. Now, if you're one of those people, I understand how it works. I understand how you feel. And I apologize. But apparently, just like me, you're gonna have to just do it. Just do it. Without much thought, much anything. Be like, all right, I'm gonna do this. All right, cool, boom, and do it. I literally was just like, okay, apply to these jobs. Whatever I get, let's go. Like, I had to do it like that because there was no way I was going to do it any other way. All right? Now, for my other people that are more adaptable and their anxiety doesn't take over like mine does, take your time. Take it easy, right? Transition. Maybe you want to do it as a part-time thing. You spend some time doing your goal, like focusing and working towards your goal until it becomes bigger, let's say. So, I don't know, healthy eating, let's say. You start by adding veggies to your plate, to your dinners, lunch, right? You start adding it to your dinners every day. Then you said, all right, let me escalate that. Now I'm going to have a fruit for lunch. Cool. I'm going to have a fruit for breakfast. All right, cool. Now we're getting somewhere. All right, now I'm going to add like a salad for lunch. Okay, transitioning. Oh, lettuce wrap burger. My life. Burger. Let me try that. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're doing these little steps to get to that goal of making it more into your routine. So for someone like me, fruits and veggies, I have to do it little by little. And I know, I'm a personal trainer. Don't come at me. This was before, okay? Took time. I could not understand how people could sit down and eat a whole salad. Now I'm like, okay, I get it. That's some good stuff. But you see what I'm saying? It takes time. So you can't get upset with yourself. You can't get flustered. You can't get frustrated with yourself because you're like, bro, I need to do this now. If you're one of those people that need to take time and do baby steps, do the baby steps. Anybody rushing you? Don't kill yourself. Don't do that. Take your time. Get there. All right? Because the end goal is the next topic. Getting started. It's really what this episode is. Getting started. You probably hear your favorite YouTuber say it. Oh, you want to make YouTube videos? Just post. Just hit record. Post it. Sounds easier said than done, eh? I know. Because I was one of those people that was like, I could press record, but what am I recording? What am I finna do? Ain't nobody gonna like this. Until this day, I probably post things that probably doesn't appeal to a lot of people. I know at some point people will like it. It will come across some people. Some people probably watch some parts and like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? And it's another reason why I started this podcast. Because it's one of those things where it takes time. But you gotta do it. Right? You just gotta get started. That's the real thing here. It's just getting started. It's hitting that play, hitting that record, hitting start. I think one of the most out of the blues things for this year that I want to do was be more consistent with YouTube. And I'm terrible at that. Only because my work schedule just messes everything up. Like I had a whole plan to do Vlogmas and that just went down the drain. Like work schedule just messed up my whole Vlogmas plan. But you see what I mean? It comes back to just getting started. And if I had found a way to schedule it into my schedule anyways, I probably would have done it. Because I got so busy, I was like, okay, forget it. Maybe next year. I'll just post otherwise. Right? So you got to remember that these little steps, these are things that you got to think about. They all lead to you getting started. Okay? So that anxiety, overcoming it, finding ways to cope so you don't let it overwhelm you, which will prevent you and stop you, cause hesitation. Okay? It's finding ways around these things, these barriers, having access to a support system. Maybe not everyone's rocking with you. Maybe you have a goal that everyone's just like, okay, yeah, right. That's okay. To be honest, that's not a you problem. And I don't mean to sound rude or harsh, but that really is not a you problem. If I had thought about all the people that probably didn't agree with a choice I've made or a goal I have for myself or a route I decided to take, I would not be where I am today. And that's just a cold-hearted fact. I'm not here to lie to y'all. I have nothing to lie about. I personally don't even like lying. It's a lot of work. I sound lazy, I know. But I'm just saying, that's not a you problem. Do you at the end of the day, right? You got to get to that level of accepting yourself, which will be a whole other episode, because that's also important. Because that is also not as easy. It's just as hard. So you got to accept yourself. Accept that not everyone's going to be rocking with you. Not everyone's going to be behind you. I have people that have been jealous of me the second they met me. And they do everything possible to prevent me from doing whatever. I'm not going to let it stop me. Okay? Be comfortable with doing you before announcing it. Not everyone has to know your grind or what you're going to do or what you're trying to do. Not everyone has to know, right? The reason I say this is because as crazy as it sounds and as mean as it probably sounds, not everyone's rocking with you. I just said this. Not everyone is rooting for you. You're gonna have haters. And yes, allow those to be your motivators. I get it. But at the same time, protect yourself. Okay? There are some mean and evil people out there. All right? You put your plan out there and they pray against that. Probably plot against it. Because they don't want you to win. Right? So be comfortable with moving first and talking later. That's all a part of getting started. I learned that the hard way because I was always like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, da da da, whatever. And every time I tried to do something, something went wrong. And I said, you know what? Let me move different. Let me move first, talk later. I'll tell people what I do after the fact. You probably think I'm crazy, but I'm being dead serious right now. I moved first, talked later. And to be honest, I'm a private person. So there's a lot of things I don't even tell because I don't think it matters. I don't think anyone outside of me, myself, God, and my baby needs to know. Like, to be honest, you gotta learn to pick and choose what you are comfortable sharing. What you feel is not as, what's it called? Not trespassing, but like, involved, something that's not as, I wouldn't say personal, but you see where I'm going with this, right? You see where I'm going with this. I hope you do. I really hope you do. Okay? Allow yourself to pick and choose what you'd like to share with people. Okay? Not everyone needs to know what your plan is. But don't be afraid to share your success. A lot of people call it flossing. A lot of people call it bragging. They call it flaunting. Not necessarily. It all depends on how you're doing it. Now, if you try to show off every little thing you have, okay, yeah, like you're doing the most. You're doing too much. I see why you're doing it, but again, you're not protecting yourself, right? You're allowing people to see, envy, plot against. You're giving that ammunition for them to do all these things. You don't want that. Now, put it my way. I've reached a level that I have things that I never thought I would have before. Do I announce it the second I get it? Nope. I mean, I'll tell my family, I obviously tell my baby, but that's about it, to be honest. Like, it's really rare when I post certain things on like Instagram, let's say, right? Like, I don't care to be like, hey, like, I got this new thing, check it out. I don't care for that. Now, what I will do, which I've done before, is I've worked so hard to get to where I'm at. This is where I'm at now. Me, and it's a picture of me with my car, let's say. I can show you, because I'm not even gonna pretend like I don't, like I post things too. So I'm not saying don't. What I'm saying is pick and choose. Pick and choose. Okay? Okay, there we go. Exhibit A. All right? Oh, where is it? I just scrolled right past like an idiot. Exhibit A. When I got my first car. There we go. When I got my first car, that's what I did. There we go. Now you can see it better. Right? It's a whole post. Just me saying that I'm proud of myself. I'm leveling up, really. And that was the first one. A good, what was that? Hold on. 2018. A year later, probably not even exactly a year, but whatever. A year later, I was like, you know what? I want to treat myself. Let me do it up. Upgraded, and I did that. But it was me posting my progress after I worked so hard for a year, and I felt like, hey, I accomplished something I didn't know I could even do. Let me show you guys that it's possible. that you can come from nothing and make something. Not saying that I'm successful at this moment, because in my opinion, I'm not. But I have things, but I'm blessed. Let's put it that way. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. I am blessed enough to say that I went from literally nothing. And I still probably don't have as much as I would like to, but I know I've came a long way. I've elevated as a person. I started getting things that I never thought I could get. Like, it sounds crazy, but I'm being honest with you right now. Okay? And that's just 2019. Earlier this year. Do I even have it? Okay, I probably don't. But earlier this year, switched it up again. Like, and the only reason why I'm showing you this is to show you that before all of this, I would announce things, bro. I'm telling people everything. And these things weren't possible. The second I decided to shut my mouth up and move before I speak, things changed. Oh, there we go. There we go. That was earlier this year. Earlier this year. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see it. Earlier this year, right? And then, hold on. Well, looks terrible. This is now. You know? Like, and I just got this one like a couple days ago. Or last week, whatever the heck. But I'm just saying this to say that, you know, it's okay to show your success. It's okay to show that you've accomplished a lot. Like, don't be afraid to. What I'm saying is, don't be doing the absolute most. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at my Instagram, yeah, you'll see the cars at some point, but it's like, you don't even, it's not even me being like, hey, I got some house keys, I got a new house, or, oh, look at that, got a new car, guys. Like, it takes time before I even say it. And to be honest, I don't even know if I ever posted the car that I got earlier this year, now that I think about it. Aside from this photo, now that I think about it. I don't know if I posted the other one. But you see what I'm saying? Learn to move first, talk later. That's just my opinion, okay? It's protecting yourself from those who don't want to see you win, those who are plotting against you, haters, if you will. Like, you want to make sure that you put yourself in a situation to reach success. I think that's the best way to word it. And all you gotta do, guys, is get started. It's really much it. Like, that brings me back to those posts that came up. Like, what was it? Now that you guys have an idea of what I was saying, now I can tackle the nitty gritty, the answers. Okay, let's start with the first one that relates exactly to it. Post more videos on my YouTube channel, road to monetization, and improve myself. Very possible. Personally, and this is just my opinion, you can do this however you please. In my opinion, what I would do, although I've seen people do it all in one, they'll start posting more. And as they elevate, as they grow, they're still posting. So you see that growth. Cool. For me, I decided to grow first then start doing everything. Now, if you look at all my social media, my YouTube especially, you see that I posted sporadically. Like, it's so random when I posted. And it's because my mind was not in the greatest headspace. Because I have anxiety that anything that went on that triggered it affected me crazily. Like, it was bad. It could be the smallest thing. It could be absolutely nothing, but somehow it triggered me, right? So I decided that let me take a bit, grow as a person, have some growth, get back to social media later. I just started getting back on social media like, I don't know, last year, I think, that I actually started to post a little bit more consistently. This year, I was actually active on social media. And it's because now I feel more myself. I feel more, I don't want to say accomplished, but I feel much better to actually put myself out there and have a social media presence. Okay? And I say that to say, you can do this in any order that you please. It comes back to just doing it. Maybe create a game plan. See which one is more important. Are both the exact same that you can just integrate it? Maybe you're going to post as you grow, as you become a better person. You know, as you elevate, you're still posting. So people see these growth. One of my favorite YouTubers, Royalties World, Neek. You saw her go from where she went to, and you saw her transition to the person that she is today. You saw her go from her lows, her lowest point in life, and you watched her grow and elevate and become the person that she is today. So you can very well do that. A lot of people like to see that kind of growth. Because I'm more of a private person, I couldn't do that through videos as much. I could probably talk about it, but to actually film it as it's going, I don't think I would have been able to do it. So if you can do it, my friend, do it. Okay? If you think one is more important than the other, or you prefer to do one first, maybe focus on that and then do the other after. You know, it kind of comes back to that planning I was talking about. Okay, have a game plan so you know which one you prefer. How would you like to go about that goal, right? Because it's possible. It's very doable, but it all comes back to you. Something I tell my clients all the time, and they're always like, thank you so much, Kesha, you did this. Oh, no. I was just here to push you. I was just here to motivate you. I was only here to show you the potential that you already had, but didn't believe in yourself to do. That being said, your progress right now, where you are at right now in your results, that is all you. If you didn't listen to me, if you didn't want to learn, want to do this, you wouldn't be where you're at now. So if you really want something, you're going to do it. Let's be real. You think if you didn't want food, you wouldn't go get food? You know what I mean? Like, you're hungry, you want a specific type of food. You went and got that specific type of food. It's just like your goals. Until your mind is ready to want it, to have it as much as you think you do, that's when you can connect it to your body, and you have your mind and your body as one, and you can do it. Goals, to be honest, guys, it's a body-mind connection. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay? There's something called the Transtheoretical Model of Change. Yes. Look it up. You have pre-contemplation, which means you're not even thinking about the goal. You probably have a goal, but you don't think about it. You don't think it's important. You don't think it matters. It's probably even a thought. Like, it's probably nothing. Then you have what we call the contemplation stage. Okay? The contemplation is where you're actually thinking about that goal now, but you're trying to figure out and decide if you really want to do this. Do I want to actually fall in love? Do I actually care about my nutrition? Do I want to start working out? Do I want to post on social media? Do I want to stream on Twitch? Do I want to post YouTube videos? So in this stage, you actually thought about that goal, but you're trying to figure out if it's even important to you. Because you don't know if it's important to you. You're trying to figure out, does it matter to you? Okay? After that, you have what they call the preparation stage. Yes. So in preparation, you've now accepted and decided that this goal is important. I'm going to do this. I'm going to start posting YouTube videos. I'm going to start making content. I'm going to have a bigger social media presence. Okay, I'm going to start eating better. I'm going to start going to the gym. In this stage, you're getting your body and mind ready to actually work towards this goal. Thus, preparation. You're creating that plan, that game plan. You know those plans that I had you write earlier with the backup plans? Preparation. Because when I had you write down that goal, you were probably in contemplation. No idea where to even start, but you know it's a goal. Now you thought about it as we talked, and you're like, you know what? This is a goal I actually do want to accomplish. You wrote it down. Then you made your preparation. You game plan. You came up with the steps that you know everyone has said is the way to go. But you also came up with backup plans so that just in case it didn't work, now you have another plan to go with. Now you have another route to take. Another pathway to walk on to get to that goal. You did your preparation. Not me. You. See how the planning works? You had that in your head this entire time. And until you made note of it, you didn't even know it was an actual thing. You didn't know you were preparing for it. You didn't even know you were deciding it yet. But you did not write that down if you did not want to do it. It's a mind thing, guys. I don't mean to use psychology on you, but I'm just letting you know. That's really what it was. Okay? You had a goal and you weren't sure if it was even important to you. But as you listen to this podcast, as you listen to me have this conversation, as you listen to my personal experiences, you're like, you know what? I think I do want to have this goal. Oh, she said, write it down. Oh, other plans. That's, yeah, You instantly went from contemplation to preparation, and you didn't even know. You didn't realize how important this goal was to you until you came to this podcast. So thank you for coming, okay? Don't even bother thanking me. Thank yourself for taking a moment, for watching this podcast, talking to me, realizing your potential, and making note of a goal that you've probably always wanted to do and didn't even know where to start. Because now you created yourself a starting point. And I applaud you for that. I'm giving you applause. Because you did it. Right now, pat yourself on the back. Okay? Right on the back. Just like that. All right? You did that. Okay? After preparation, we have action. In this stage, it's pretty much what I'm currently doing. It's you executing your plan. It's you taking what you've created in that preparation, planned it out, okay? And now you're executing these plans. Whether it's one by one, all of them, it kind of depends what you're doing. But you took at least one of those plans and you're now executing it. Okay? That is action. Now you've hit what we call the maintenance. And it's exactly what it means. It's working and working, elevating, keeping that goal in mind, working towards it so you can actually accomplish that goal and keep it that way. Maybe you hit your goal and now you want to just keep it going. You hit your goal and now you want to elevate it. Switch up the game plan so you can go even beyond what you thought you could have done. That's what the maintenance really is for. It's for you hitting that goal and keeping that goal, if not elevating it. That's really what that is. Which brings me to the last one, which happens to almost everyone, and it's called a relapse. And it's exactly what it means. It's you falling right back to the start. Some people, they go from relapse back to preparation. Some people go from relapse to contemplation. Some people go from that to pre-contemplation. Some people just relapse and never get back on it. So what you want is to prevent that relapse, because that's bringing you back to square one, and you don't want to do that. You did not work so hard to get back to square one. Okay? That's what it is, guys. That is the Transtheoretical model. And you guys right now are in preparation, ready to execute and hit that action stage. And I am proud of y'all. Okay, y'all are taking the next step. It's not easy, but you're gonna do it. And it's gonna go great. Okay? Y'all are gonna be hitting me up in the DMs like, yo, I saw your podcast. Thank you, because I got started. And I'm gonna be so happy for y'all. Okay? Now, how long are we in this? Oh, wow. Almost an hour and 40. All right. So I should probably wrap this up. But I hope you guys learned something from this podcast, from this episode, I should say. And you found some valuable information in some way that you can implement into what you're trying to do and what you're going to do. Not what you're thinking, but what you're going to do. Okay? I look forward to hear all your progress. I look forward to hear you or see that message on Instagram. Heck, even my Twitch inbox saying, I did it. Okay? I cannot wait to see all those messages from you guys saying, I got started. Okay? Because I know for a fact that if I can do it, y'all can do it. You can do it. If no one told you this before, I am telling you now, you can do it. And I'm saying it because if I never had my baby rooting for me, I don't think I would have been able to do it. So I'm giving you that same motivation, that same push, that same energy to do it. Get started today, guys. Whatever your goal is, get started. Okay? You made your game plan already. Pick a path, execute it. You can do it. Okay? My DMs are always open. Feel free to hit me up. We can have a chat in DMs. All right? But you can do it. All right? I pray for greatness for you guys. I pray for health. Okay? Good health, good wealth. I pray for all those blessings coming for all our ways. Okay? My way, your way, everyone's way. Okay? Send this podcast to other people. That way they can learn some great stuff too. Okay? Y'all join me on these podcasts so we can have a conversation. All right? I would love to talk to you guys and hear what y'all have to say based on these different topics. Okay? So share the podcast. Follow the Twitch page. That way you guys can come to the live stream. I don't know if I would ever live stream on YouTube at the moment. I don't know yet. But I know I'm definitely going to be streaming on Twitch. And I'm going to be uploading these to YouTube. Okay? Feel free to follow the Twitter. Feel free to follow the Instagram. They're all below. You probably see on the page already. Okay, I'm Diamond Wolf on both. Feel free to follow those. Okay. Everyone support each other. Okay. If y'all feel like this is great stuff and you want a big community, I will make a Discord so we can have that. All right. So till next episode, which I hope I can get to y'all by next week this time again. Okay. I will see y'all next episode. Hope to see you guys join the live stream and have a conversation with me. Join the chat. We can have a whole conversation. It will pop up on the screen, right? If I can, I will try to do it on YouTube or something so we can get calling in. Okay? I will do my best. For the time being, show up. Hit the chat room. We can all have a conversation here. All right? I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you for the support. If you followed any of my social medias, thank you. If you subscribed or followed my Twitch, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the support on all the mediums, okay? Thank you. And I'll see y'all in another stream, in another episode of the Chill Talk with I'm Diamond Wolf, also known as Kesha. All right? Thank y'all for coming. Take care. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Good night, y'all.